Hello, hello, Concrete Yogi coming to you with today's Sanskrit word of the day is Svādhyāya. It is one of the niyamas. It is one of the first two limbs, the second limb rather. It's one of the five within the second limb of yoga. This word Svādhyāya means to study, to perpetuate your studying long into life on whatever topic you might be pursuing. So if you're seeking greatness in the world of physics or science, then continue to study, because new discoveries, new inventions could be going on. It could be made every single day, and you could be left in the dust. Whether it's something in the world of cooking and new ingredients, new techniques on how to cook, new opinions and tried theories that have proven to be right. All of these things would have to come into account if you want to be a successful cook. So, in the world of yogic practitioners, yoga teachers especially, I'm looking at you guys, and those who are just seeking any kind of spiritual path, it is their own duty to seek knowledge, to study, and to study with their own eyes, with their own clear mind, not being told what things mean or force-fed any kind of dogma, but they should be able to find and realize the same understandings that the sages and the saints and the teachers before them have found. Again, not through being told what they would experience, but through the actual practice coming to fruition and bearing its incredible gifts to that individual. I've been traveling all over and teaching all over and noticing the different communities within the yoga kula, the community. I've found that there are those who want to exercise, who want to sweat, who want to move. I've found that there are those who want to learn the more knowledge, but they're being told that yoga is to sweat and to move. And then I find these outliers of people that want to integrate very, very different modalities into the yogic sadhana, the yogic practice. So this idea that psychedelics and drug-induced states are comparable to enlightened states of yogic realizations, or that people are going around saying that their third eye is open and they can communicate with the dead, or they can tell you your of your past. Maybe these things were more impactful and more truthful when those people were entrenched in these practices, but they weren't ever sold when they were that truthful, when those people were being honest about their abilities to have these mystical components within their guidance. So I find it honestly humorous and very, very strange, and in the depths of my core, I think I find it very sad that especially studio teachers, I don't call them yoga schools, they're studios where people are sweating and moving. The owners of these places, they see an opportunity to make money. They see money involved, and they'll do anything to get that money, even if it includes these psychedelic practices or these charlatan thieves that come in with alternative mystical practices, whatever they may be, and try to integrate it into the ancient and sacred science of yoga. Something that's been around for thousands of years, something that's bound to ancient scriptures and ancient texts, where there isn't opinion, there isn't room for opinion or any difference or convoluted concepts to be introduced. It's dense enough. Those texts are dense enough. The teachings are dense enough. We don't have to confuse people by thinking that, tarot card readings or mystics that claim to have their third eye open and can talk to the dead and tell you what your angels want to tell you. I mean, we've got to have our logical mind about this. And yoga is a science based in logic. It's founded in reason and sequence. It is not something to just be added to willy-nilly and our own opinions and our own our own other sorts of mysticisms introduced and included into them. I'm sure that there's a place for that. I'm sure that there is a practice for that. Yoga is multidimensional enough and dense enough, like I said, where we don't have to add things into it. It is worth a lifetime of study and a lifetime of practice. So honor the practice. Enough with this cultural appropriation where we are really just taking a sacred science as our own and then finding new and different and strange ways to charge people money. Let's get away from that. And as the practitioner, please study the word of the day, Svādhyāya. Know that it has to be bound in logic. Know that it has to be bound in reality. It has to be scientifically and theoretically approachable. If it's not, and if it is seeming too out there, then it probably is. So yeah, keep up your study. Teachers, please study. Enough with the nonsense, adding it into your studios and attempting to call yourselves teachers of this. Please study. Go beyond your 200 hours. 200 hours is absolutely nothing. Please study. Svādhyāya. Have a beautiful day, everyone. This is obviously a more intense rant than you might be used to, but it's time where we kind of raise our voice, we rattle the tree of what this modern Western yoga is. It's not helping people like it should be.